So all month long here on Life Lessons leading up to the Alzheimer's Walk, we are talking with people who have been experienced by dementia or Alzheimer's, and mainly the caregivers that are caring for these people. This is Todd, and Todd, your dad has Alzheimer's, right?
Yes, sir.
And when was he diagnosed?
A little over a year ago.
And what led your family to decide to get him tested? Were there things leading up to it?
Yeah, Dad had lived kind of a gypsy lifestyle and was part-time mountain man, and he had violated quite a few laws, and which is out of character for him. And so the more we looked into it, we realized that he was seeing things that weren't real and hearing things that weren't real, and so the dementia was the scary part of it for him, was that he was having these delusions. And so that's when we knew that we had to step in and do something.
And he's not that old.
He's not. He's actually extremely healthy, been very active and independent. And so when this hit, it was, a huge shock to all of us, and, quite terrifying for him as well.
He's 72, right?
Yeah.
And I would imagine at that point, once you learn there's an official diagnosis, you have to start planning for what's ahead, knowing that there's not a cure out there.
Yeah, I was quite unfamiliar with the disease, and I don't know how life could ever prepare you for something like this, but for us it was a huge learning curve. Everything from having to manage his finances, becoming a conservator and a guardian, the process of all that I'm so thankful for the caregiving system. And this is the last place that Dad ever wanted to be, was in a care facility. But I can tell you that our experience has been that I believe like there's a spiritual gifting that somebody has to do what they're doing and do it well. I think anybody could do it, but to do it at a level to where these people actually feel really loved and safe and like they're in a home. They continue to have their own dignity in horrific type lifestyles. And so there's such a gift. MorningStar has been like a lifesaver for us in this.
And not only for them, but for your family. You don't have to worry that, or be with them constantly 24/7.
Yeah, because of the disease, you don't know what they remember and what they don't remember. And Dad's lost his ability to communicate. So all we can see is peace. We can see that he's got joy, and that he doesn't feel agitated, and that his experience, whether we're there or not, is obviously extremely normal for him. And although we've lost him mentally, there's just something about people that can create a space where people feel safe. And when you're not right in your brain, that's an incredible gifting that somebody has to be able to make someone feel safe.
We call this Life Lessons, and I'm wondering what lessons, one or two, that you and your family have learned over the past year or so.
It's kind of like going through a really long death. And so the way death recalibrates us and helps us prioritize things that we may have forgotten. Obviously, the lesson is always, how do you cherish life, and how do you cherish the days that we're given and not waste them? How do we use our resources to build each other up, cherish family, and make sure that relationships are the number one thing? There's nobody lying on their deathbed wanting to count their money. They're always wanting the people around them that they love. And so it is, as hard as it is, that you have this extended time with somebody that's got a terminal disease. Dad's now on hospice, so this went really rapidly. And so in a sense, that was a gift to have this time for our family to come tighter together. My mom's a hero in how she's been handling all of this, and my sisters, everybody's just jumped in. And so I think if we're gonna say life lessons, let's not wait till we're in a spot where we're losing somebody to actually cherish them and value them, and do whatever we need to do on our side to be humble enough to re-enter into the relationships. Make sure there's nothing left unsaid.
And there are so many people watching that are in your shoes or that will be in your shoes. And we might not even know it for 5 or 10 years, but realizing that now can hopefully make a difference. The walk is coming up in September, and it's meant to raise awareness and raise funding for a cure. What would a cure do for your family?
Well, I think it's just like any disease. That's what we want. Everybody's in a season right now with this COVID thing and all this fear that's surrounding it, that there's only one antidote to fear. If that's a disease that's killing people, and it would be love. And the opposite of fear ain't courage, it's love. And if a cure for something like Alzheimer's, looking at how many people are actually affected by it, what a worthy cause to walk for. If you're going to raise some money for something, let's figure out how to make it to where if our bodies can last this long, we can figure out something to help our brains do it.
Thank you for sharing it, and we wish you the best and your family. And
yeah, well, thank you for what you guys are doing.